Welcome to today's episode, part 1 of a 3-part series called Educators' Insights, where we explore the challenges, triumphs, and lessons from teachers in action research. I'm Mr. J, and joining us today is Mr. Lennon Roberts. He's an educator from Lady Hill Secondary School. He's here to share his experience developing the focus of his action research study on gamification in agricultural education.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to share my journey with everyone.
Let's dive right in. What was your experience like as you developed the focus for your study?
Honestly, it was both exciting and reflective. The idea for my study stemmed from years of observing disengagement in my agricultural science classes, particularly with Form 4 students. Many of them viewed agriculture negatively, as just manual labor in the hot sun. This disconnect was evident in their poor performance and lack of motivation. At the same time, I've always been passionate about gaming. Growing up, video games were a huge part of my life, and I still play today. I've also seen how gamification can positively impact students when I began using it in my classroom back in 2019, after being introduced to the concept via a training course. Despite seeing great results with gamification, I realized I'd never formally researched its impact. This action research gave me the perfect opportunity to explore gamification in a more academic way. I wanted to know for certain, does gamification really improve engagement and participation in my students?
What helped or hindered you in finding the focus for your research?
Being familiar with technology was a big help. I'm comfortable troubleshooting and learning how to use new technology quickly. So exploring gamification tools like quizzes and EducaPlay wasn't daunting. Having worked with this particular class for a year, I had already observed how gamification positively impacted their participation. Their excitement when I mentioned my research idea gave me confidence that this focus was worth pursuing. What made things even better was the support I received. A colleague from a previous diploma in education cohort had done research on gamification and gave me valuable advice and encouragement. My tutors also helped me refine my research questions, steering me towards a manageable scope by focusing on just 2 clear questions about engagement and participation.
That's amazing. How did you involve others, students, parents, colleagues, or school staff in shaping your study?
Collaboration was key. I started with my students, gauging their interest in the idea. As I mentioned earlier, their enthusiasm really solidified my focus. For parents, I ensured transparency by obtaining their consent and explaining the study's goals, which they were happy to support. At school, the administration was very accommodating, providing me with the space and resources to run my study. My colleagues were also incredibly helpful. One colleague in particular shared her insights and experiences, which added depth to my approach.
It sounds like a truly collaborative process. Any final thoughts for teachers considering action research?
Absolutely. Action research is an incredible way to explore questions you're passionate about while directly improving your practice. Lean on your networks, students, colleagues, tutors, and don't hesitate to tackle areas you're already passionate about. For me, combining my love for gaming with teaching was a natural fit, and I'm glad I took the leap.
Wise words. Thank you for sharing your experience with us today, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.
That's all for today's episode of Educators' Insights. Join us next time for part 2 of this podcast, where we will have Mr. Roberts back again to share more of his experience. See you soon.